Welcome back. Well, six-letter word that every one of us have in our life in some element or another. Want to guess what that six-letter word is? It's called family, familia, the tribe. Now, typically when we talk about family, we talk about not the chosen family, but the family that we were born into. And look, wow, here's what I have to say. I've gone through this with my own family. And one of the hardest places to keep peace is when you are interacting with those that you by default are attached to. I don't know if you ever noticed it, but you can go about your day, you feel totally fine, totally centered in the flow, feeling somewhat good. And then what happens? It's a thought of mom, a thought of dad, a sibling, whoever. It's like the whole vibe that you were carrying came crashing down. The momentum, it was on its side. And here's the crazy part. Sometimes they're not even in the room, right? They're holding space. You're not even with them, but just the thought of them pulls you out of alignment. I had someone share with me once that said, look, mom isn't even around and it still feels like I can't relax because I'm carrying her energy in my head. And I think we can all relate to that. And here's the thing. It's not actually your mom or whoever the family member is. The real struggle that you're experiencing is actually inside of you. The relationship is just the stage of where this is all going to play out. I want you to think about it. Have you ever noticed how someone you love is out of alignment? What happens? Their attention on you feels a little more heavy, almost like they're holding you responsible for how they feel. Yeah. And then because you love them, you start to do the same. If they would just be different, I could finally feel okay. But that's the trap. Because now your peace is depending on their mood, their choices, and their approval. And we both know that that's not a stable place to live from. However, most of us are taught to live in that place. So let me give you an example. I once knew somebody who felt like their mom never really trusted them to be independent, no matter what their age. And mom would constantly question their choices, take and step in and offer advice all the time, or just radiate this vibe of, you can't handle it. And the person told me if she would just stop doubting me, then I could finally feel supported. I finally could feel accepted. I could finally have the validation that I always have wanted. But here's the shift. They realized that what they really wanted wasn't their mom's approval. It wasn't even close to it. It was to feel ease. It was to feel love. It was to feel clarity and self-confidence again. And guess what? Those feelings weren't something that mom could give anyway. Not even a chance. They had to be claimed from within. So here's the tool. Instead of waiting for the condition, mom, dad, siblings, ex-spouse to change, practice the emotions that you want in the moment. Ask yourself, this family tension suddenly disappeared. How would I feel? Would I feel peaceful? Would I feel love? Would I feel free? Oh God, would I feel energized? Think about it. Can I touch even a little bit of that feeling right here, right now, without any condition that I can see or feel changing? You see, that's the game. Practice it until those feelings are real in you. Because if they're real in you, then they're real. That's everything around you. It becomes real. And when you stand steady in that vibration, there's two things that are going to happen. Family interactions lose their power to knock you down. Sometimes they actually change because you stop pulling the old version of them into your now, into your own being or becoming. So let me ask you something. Whose opinion in your family have you been giving way too much power to today? And what's the emotion you wish you could feel, whether they change or not? And I want you to really think about this. And most importantly, more than think about it, whenever you have a chance, I want you to write it down because it does matter. Here's the truth. Your mom, your dad, your siblings, that person, they gave you a doorway into this world. But your alignment, that is yours. It was never their job to make you feel loved. It was never their job to make you feel secure. And it is never their job or anyone else's to make you feel whole. So today, I want you to practice feeling the one thing that you want. Is it love? Is it ease? Is it confidence? No matter what it is, I want you to begin to practice it without waiting for them to hand it to you. That's freedom. That, my friend, is coming into self-alignment. And one day, you're going to sit across from the same family members and you're going to realize they haven't changed a bit, but somehow they don't trigger you anymore because you've changed. You've stopped looking on the outside and you've started working on the inside. So until then, until our next episode, let practice be your peace and keep it alive within you every day. And remember, this is a time in your life when we do have family, but we need to honor our relationship with ourselves in order to interact with our family in a way that comes and allows us to be in true, defined alignment. Until next time, let the evidence rise to meet you. This is your coach, Timothy Euler.